your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Never say oops. I'm new at this live read game, and I read some guy's blog like Joe Rogan and Mark Maron, they do theirs up front. Jay tries to weave them in the middle, and it's horrible. So now I'm just doing them in the beginning so everybody can just relax and have a good time. Audible is the Internet's leading provider of spoken audio entertainment, information, and educational programming. Content from Audible is downloaded and played back on personal computer, CDs, or iPod player. Audible offers up to 100,000 hours of audio programs from 270 content partners that include leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, podcasters, and business information providers. You may be thinking, I don't know. Please visit www.audible.com/J for your free audiobook download. Do it. It's free. A free audiobook download. You can download one of my books for free. Nick Swardson in the house. What you gonna do? Go AWOL?
Trampstamp.net. That's mine. That's my website. Trampstamp.org.
Tramp stamps. Now, you had it first with net. Don't second guess yourself. Nicholas! You're the strongest boy in the world.
Yes. How are you?
My wife.
I did that to somebody the other day. I go, I'm doing a new character. They're like, what is it? And I go, it's called Borat. And they're like, what? And I go, my wife. They go, it's like Borat. I'm like, no, but mine's different. Like, I know it's the same fucking thing. I'm like, no, it's not.
I'm not an idiot. I wouldn't do Borat. This is Borat.
It's Borat, man. My wife, she's skinny. It's way different.
I like to think it's B-O-R-T, not B-O-R-I-T. That was in your mind, right?
Yeah.
I like Bort.
It's Bort.
It's a Bort.
His name's Bort.
Nicholas, you and I, first of all, is Pretend Time on Amazon? Can people buy it?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. The show will no longer exist.
Whoa, exclusive. Hot off the presses.
I mean, yeah. The show is great. The ratings were
you guys
fine.
Get canceled?
No, the ratings were fine. We just I just couldn't really deal with it anymore. It was a lot. Doing a one-man sketch show, nobody's really done that where it was just all on their shoulders. And
it seems stressful to get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do Gay Robot for 4 minutes and go home.
Yeah, I wish.
I love Gay Robot more than maybe anything on television other than Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, Gay Robot and Honey Boo Boo should team up, make a sex tape.
Where's your father with the dip of Kodiak in his mouth? I have some skull long cut for him.
I've got some long cut for him to dip on.
Oh my God. So you just didn't want to do it anymore?
Yeah, it was an expensive show and I just didn't want to do it. I had a new idea. I have a new show I'm developing and I kind of wanted to produce that.
Bort?
It's called Bort. And it's like, it's not at all like Borat, but it's Bort and he's like, my wife. That's what he's saying.
So how long was your initial contract with Comedy Central when you signed on to do Nick Swardson Pretend Time? Because usually a TV contract is a 6-year contract in network stuff.
Right. Yeah, but this wasn't like that. I mean, it's
right.
Yes. No, they would just pick us up like 8 episodes, and that's what I was contracted to do. I could still do other stuff.
How many times were you picked up to do? So how many?
We did 2 seasons.
Okay.
2 seasons,
and
16 episodes.
Like 16 episodes? I'm only because I know nothing about what you do. Like doing it, like I would think I would like to do a show like this, but then you're like a cautionary tale of you don't because it sucks.
It didn't suck and I didn't hate it. It just was like, it's so creatively, it just was exhausting. It was like, cause we had to do, like when you watch Chappelle's show, he would do a sketch that would be like 8 minutes long. He would do like a long sketch. Our mandate was shorter sketches and more sketches. So we would have to do like 12 sketches in an episode that would be 2 minutes long. So that's 12 different characters. That's 12 different locations. That's 12 different, I mean, it was just like the production value was just so fucking intense.
Did it ever occur to you to, and I'm being serious, sounds like I'm being a dick, and I'm not. Why not just like hire some of your friends to do sketches?
Fuck you, man. I'm just kidding. What?
Why not outsource that shit?
Because they didn't want me to outsource it.
Get
They were
some
like,
Indian people.
they were,
Robot.
Bort.
I don't know why it made me laugh so hard.
No, they
It made
would.
everybody laugh.
We couldn't outsource it. It was like Nick Swardson for 10 times. They're like, you have to be. I tried to do it. I gave Finesse Mitchell like a couple sketches.
What?
Yes.
He was here. He drank all the vodka.
I know. Then I
I was
drank
going to
the
offer you a
rest of
glass of ice cold vodka, or as Finesse. He was here and he said, "Man, that's good vodka." I said, "You do realize there's a D in vodka, right?" And he said, "Not the way I say it. That's vodka.
Vodka?
That's vodka."
Waka flocka vodka?
Like, yeah. So people can go to Amazon and purchase Nick Swardson's Pretend Time through jmohr.com. There's always a hustle, Nicholas.
Right. All right.
Here's an email from somebody, Roger Cavillo. I always tell you guys, if you buy something on Amazon through the Jay Mohr website, email me and I'll read it on the show. Hey Jay, here's my Amazon purchase through the banner on your website. Your book, No Wonder My Parents Drank, Tales from a Stand-Up Dad. First of all, respect that. That's tight.
That's very tight.
Tangled, the Blu-ray, REM Document 25th Anniversary CD. All right. And then all of a sudden it gets a little weird. And the Disney Princess Toy Chest. What?
What is that?
To put your books and CDs and DVDs in?
I don't know what you put in that.
Oh, Tangled is like a little kid girl movie, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Were you in REM? What does that have to do with you?
That's what he bought. If you go to jmohr.com, there's an Amazon banner. You click on it and it takes you to Amazon.
Oh,
and I get credit for what you buy.
Okay.
So if people want to buy season 1 of Nick Swardson Pretend Time, you go to
Jesus.
my website and do it.
Go to fucking jmohr.com and click on Amazon.
When you fucking
Jesus
fart in
Christ.
my mouth, and we'll guess who did it.
You.
What?
Were we just? Should we talk about your NyQuil experience?
Yeah, you're very sweaty today.
I'm very sweaty.
Why are you so sweaty today?
That wasn't the topic that I just brought up.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to start from a spot.
Oh, okay.
had a
I'm
big
sweating.
Sunday.
I'm gushing sweat
You had
today.
a big Sunday.
I had a pretty big Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I drank
We're recording this on a
a
Monday,
lot of vodka.
and Nick showed up at my house. First of all, Nicholas is the first guest that Teresa, best doorman in Hollywood. I mean, she stonewalled Jerry Seinfeld and made John Sally wait in the car like, "No, I'm sorry, you don't look right." And Nicholas actually texted me from inside my house, which is a little weird. My wife's upstairs sleeping, the baby's running around there. Oh, the baby was with me, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, where are you? And he's like, where are you? And the voice is coming from the baby's playroom. I'm like, okay. So Teresa let you in. You passed the smell test.
I think she just was like worried about me. like literally.
dripping wet. Is Jay home?
I think she was just like, this
Dios
dude is
mío.
covered in sweat.
Dios mío. And I like that you did an impression of a Mexican nanny in front of my Mexican nanny. That was class. When I go, she let you in. She didn't let John Sally in. And you go, yeah. She was like, you need to wait in the baby's car.
I did not
But
do
yes, you
that.
did. I swear to you did it right there by the island. I have an island in my house.
We'll go
It's so
back to
fucking
the
rich. There's an
tape
actual
on that.
island. You were like, you need to sit in the car. You can't come in.
I can't do an impression that good.
Well, I didn't say you did it as well as me.
Okay.
Oh, listen up, girl. So then we were talking about things that we've quit. I told you the acupuncturist tells me I need to stop drinking coffee, and I laugh at them and I say, if you knew all the things I quit,
Right.
you would let me have coffee. Like if NyQuil, 2 bottles of NyQuil a day, and then Nicholas said you had a front row seat for the
I had a
NyQuil
front row
show.
seat. What, do people know our history or backstory that we go back probably 15 years?
That I was your lover. In the
So we
south
were
of France.
lovers.
Lovers. We took a canned ham and rubbed the grease on our face.
Yes.
It's like something Harlan Williams would say. I just did a different accent.
We.
You and I worked together a lot doing stand-up comedy throughout the Southwest, it seems like, exclusively.
I opened for you a lot, and my favorite was one time Jay calls me up. I just moved to LA from New York. I don't know LA. I didn't know LA at all at this point, so I didn't know traffic or anything. So I'm living in Venice. Jay lived in the hills, in Hollywood Hills, which was essentially an hour away. Mm-hmm. So, from where I was, essentially. Mm-hmm. So Jay calls me up. He's like, "Hey, what's up? I got Laker tickets. You want to go?" I'm like, "All right. Just be at my house at 5. So, like an idiot, I left my house at...
Why do I sound like fucking Duvall in The Great Santini?
That was my impression of Bort.
All right. Why do I sound like Bort?
I don't know.
Come on, sports fans.
I like
what, are you going to cry? Give me a little squirt.
I like doing impressions of people and making them really weird, and then I just wait for the person to call me out on it.
But I like this impression of me, actually, a lot, so please don't stop.
So, you're like, "Yo, be at my house at 5. So I leave my house at 4. I'm in traffic at 4:30. I'm like 5 minutes. Like, I go a mile. Traffic's so bad. I'm not even close to getting to Jay's house. I'm like, "Hey, bud, I'm not going to make it. I left my house at 4. Jay goes, "You fucking idiot. Who does that? Fuck. Asshole." And then hung up the phone. And then didn't talk to me for like a month. And then I bought you and your fucking wife massages to make up for...
Sorry, here's the massage.
Fucking
nice
ass.
Time. Why does that make me an asshole? Because you couldn't...
Because I was a fucking kid who didn't know what he was doing. I wasn't like fucking...
Do you think I owe you an apology for that?
Yeah. I mean, it was 15 years ago, but...
Well, all right, I'll apologize for being so gruff with you. Are you saying I should have on the phone been like, "Hey man, I understand. You're new to town." Because in my mind, I got I'm holding Laker tickets. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to invite my buddy Nicholas. We're going to sit on the floor. I'll blow his fucking mind. Hey, I can't make it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't make it?
No, I was en route.
Maybe you owe me an apology because you stood me up for a Laker game because you managed your time properly.
I did apologize on the phone. I fucking said I was sorry. I was really sorry.
And then what did I say?
No, dude. You fucking idiot. Fucking... You want to fucking eat me out?
The bully where shit doesn't come out, right? You got an eye problem? What, do you want to eat me out? You want to eat my box?
You want to fucking eat me out?
Why don't you come eat my box? Come eat my fucking box. I dare you to eat my box until I come all over your fucking face.
I'll fucking suck your dad's dick. It's like,
wait, what?
How is that a threat?
I apologize for being aggressive and mean to you on the phone, but it seems to be a common theme on the podcast, the discovery of what a dick I once was.
I never said you were a dick. It just was like...
Well, that's a dick. I mean, then why am I apologizing?
It was just harsh. You just be like, "Hey, guy."
Harsh? Cinnamon for dick? No? Cinnamon.
Hard dick.
Cinnamon.
Hard dicks.
Delicious.
That's
cinnamon
what you're saying?
dick. Cinnamon dick.
So we did stand-up together, and then you started drinking NyQuil.
I did, but how did we meet? And then we'll go back to NyQuil. I don't remember us meeting.
We met in New York. Jesus. Did your ass just say Bort? Is your ass trying to do a Bort impression?
What do you mean trying?
What do you mean trying?
My ass is closing with that impression. My ass is like, let me just tell you guys one more thing, and then I'll let you guys off into the night here. I know we go to Irvine Improv October 4th, and we've had a great time tonight, but my asshole wants to say one thing. Bored. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. And
Good night. I would assume we met through Barry.
Hey, man. Barry said the nicest things about you on this podcast, and inspiring nice things. Do you want to hear what he said or do you want to just go to NyQuil and...
No, I can, yeah, what did he say? Well, first of all, I'm a fucking nice guy.
You are a nice guy. I don't think Teresa thinks you're particularly nice because you mocked her heritage in her face. Like,
why don't you sit in the baby stroller? Listen, old black man, you can't come in here.
Mira, hold my baby. You started doing Pablo Francisco's impression of a Mexican lady. Hold my baby. Look to me like you
That's another good story.
Which one?
We were at the Irvine Improv, and I was so there was no MC. I had to cold open the show. And I was so pissed, and I was being a fucking baby, I'll admit it. I was like, "Oh, fuck, there's no opener, I'm gonna go cold, blah, blah, blah." So Pablo Francisco is a good friend of mine and Jay's, was at the show just to watch as a friend. So Jay goes, "Hey, Pablo, you want to open up the show?" And Pablo's like, "Yeah, I'd love it." So Pablo went on first. And before he went on stage, I grabbed him and I'm like, Pablo, fucking don't do your A material, dude. Just fuck around, please. Because Pablo's one of the most powerful comics, just in terms of crowd. Like, he just kills. I mean, he's amazing. He's one of my favorites. So I was like, don't do your fucking A shit, dude. And he's like, I won't. He did all of his fucking A shit.
It was like a half
and
hour.
Just ripped the crowd a new asshole.
But it
They
was
were like,
long too, right?
yeah, he did like 20 minutes.
You kept coming up to me like, what the fuck is he doing? And I was like, you know what he's doing, Nick? He's opening the show cold.
I know.
Live read game, and I read some guy's blog like, Joe Rogan and Mark Maron, they do theirs up front. Jay tries to weave them in the middle, and it's horrible. So now I'm just doing them in the beginning so everybody can just relax and have a good time. Audible is the Internet's leading provider of spoken audio entertainment, information, and educational programming. Content from Audible is downloaded and played back on personal computer, CDs, or iPod player. Audible offers up to 100,000 download. You can download one of my books for free. Nick Swardson in the house. What you gonna do? Go AWOL?
Trampstamp.net. That's mine. That's my website. Trampstamp.org.
Tramp stamps. Now you had it first with net. Don't second guess yourself. Nicholas! You're the strongest boy in the world.
Yes. How are you?
My wife. 1,000 hours of audio programs from 270 content partners that include leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, podcasters, and business information providers. You may be thinking, I don't know. Please visit www.audible.com/J for your free audiobook download. Do it. It's free. A free audiobook.
Oh, yeah.
Never say it. Oops. I'm new at this.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey, buddy.